Morning friends, Mr. Kodofe. Thank you a lot. You haven't visited us for a while. Everyone was waiting for you. Everyone missed you. You are probably the only person on this channel that doesn't have haters in the comments. Dear viewers, is that right? Friends, in the last episode we entered the main collector, but we weren't able to reach the end due to a flooded tunnel. So today we'll have a look from the other side. But we don't know how it works, so Mr. Kodofe will explain everything to us.
We are currently in a barrel. The barrel is a tall structure that is high above the ground, which contain all sorts of metal ropes and other necessities to rise or lower the cargo. Here is a shaft, which used to raise or lower the wagons with coal or other minerals. So the wagon was risen up here, then placed on the tracks. And the winch that is hanging there was grabbing the cargo and transferring it there. You'll see a big pile of minerals that were gathered from here. We'll go down, of course, but first we'll go to the top to see what's on top of this barrel.
Have you ever worked on such construction sites?
I worked on the similar ones, but not like this.
Were you making tunnels?
Yeah, I was working on small tunnels for communications, but never on such big projects.
What were your responsibilities on the underground construction sites?
I was tramming the rock. I was operating a small crane called Pioneer. And of course excavation, but it was a little later. It looked like this. We were loosening the rock with a perforator and then destroying it. After that, we were placing just a frame made of wood. Slowly, step by step, we were going further. Because the tunnel was temporary, the frame was made of wood so that rock doesn't fall from the top. And we were slowly progressing further into the mine, maybe 50 yards. And then we were placing a pipe there, and we're covering it with sand, after which using the supercharger.
Do you see your future in underground work?
I mean, if they were paying a good wage for this type of work and there would be good organizations that do this work, then yeah. But as it is quite bad with this thing right now, I don't see any.
Wow, look! Underground pigeons. There is a descent, and right underneath it are pigeons.
Yes, indeed. Underground pigeons.
Kodofe, I brought this for you.
Is it related to this communication system?
Yes, and in general.
Technological map for the tunnel.
Shield 323.
It is a schematic for the tunnel. It shows the inside diameter, outside diameter, and it shows where the equipment is placed. Here is a ventilation pipe. Here are the transformers for lights. Here the wagon is placed. Here are a schematic of the finished collector.
And here is the tunnel. We'll go down there. We'll go to the end of it. I'm not sure if we'll be able to reach the shield. It was there all rusty. But it may not be there anymore. And there is the car there.
Did they give you this chart at work?
Yep.
Here is the finished part of the collector on the drawing. A ring.
2820.
Here is a tubing. And inside this tubing tunnel, such special rings should have been installed.
Plastic condoms.
And all the space between the tubing and the ring is filled with cement. This working pipe is shown here. Here you can see.
Kodofe, would you be able to direct such construction?
I think, yes. It wouldn't be just me. There would be multiple people.
Would I be a director?
If you were directing the constructions, it would go downhill pretty fast.
You think?
The construction site would halt if you were the director.
Probably because of someone like me, the construction stopped here. Something didn't go as planned.
Yes.
Friends, the tube is 200 in deep. So they had to somehow to get rid of all the rock during the construction. So all of that rock was lifted here. Then with the help of the winch was transferred to a car. We'll show it to you.
What happened to all the soil and rock?
It is probably used for repairing the roads or something. Is that right?
Yep.
Finally, said something smart. Thank you.
I forgot my helmet. The wagon was lifted here and was placed on these rails. The place we are right now called overpass. Then it came here. With this mechanism, it overturned the rock, and it spilled out of the wagon into a place called a bunker. And from bunker it was transported by the conveyor belt to the trucks. You will be able to see the trucks from the outside later.
Friends, the last time we weren't able to reach the end of the tunnel because the water has risen. But with the help of Kotofe and his knowledge, we'll get there from the other side. And we'll show you everything.
Seuss, what is it?
It's a winch. It was holding the elevator, which helped people and cargo get into the tunnel. A huge machine. It's like an elevator in apartment buildings, but is industrial.
Don't touch it. It can fall on your head. You will destroy everything here.
Kotofe, what is it? It looks like a submarine controls.
It is a control panel for the winch of the elevator. That was lifting cargo. It was very heavy things, like rock. This is a very powerful industrial winch. I don't know how it's called. There was a hydraulic station that was controlling this whole thing. Here were the motors that were spinning the hydraulic pumps. The pumps were regulating the pressure and were controlling the brake system. Here are the brakes. It is a hydraulic cylinder. And under the pressure of the oil the brakes were loosening and the drums rotating.
Is it a copper?
Yeah, it's a copper thing. But it has been cut.
Who?
Metallists.
Metal thieves?
Yes.
How much strength is needed to disassemble this thing? It is very heavy.
So we are currently witnessing a crime?
Of course, yes. Everything was stolen, bombed, and to repair it all we need lots of money. Everything was bought with the government money. And once the construction is built, it was meant to be disassembled and then stored or sent to a different construction site. But pretty much everything has died here and is considered a junk. And to buy something new we need lots of money. That is no longer available.
Have you ever caught anyone stealing metal on the construction site?
No.
Really?
Never.
Friends, this area is guarded, but because we have a good social status we were allowed to check it out. That's why not everything was stolen. There's a lot of green here, well because nothing and no one works here anymore. But still there is a guard. We'll have to travel through these jungles to show you the best places.
You can see the bunker there, to which the truck was docked to get the rock.
Be careful, there might be ticks in the grass. Yeah.
Kotofe, look. There probably was some kind of newspaper or something.
Punchy building of Kiev people.
There are more newspaper. Look. What year? 1681.
Wow.
Kotofe.
What?
Wasn't it hanging on the wall like this?
It wasn't.
How was it hanging then?
It was attached like this.
The numbers are upside down.
Why upside down? Here is the number 1, 2, 3, 8. Everything is correct. It's a special mining phone.
Is it for emergencies?
Something like that. It's very old. I don't know where they got it. There were all sorts of wires, parts. Kittens.
No way. Look. What are they doing here? Kotofe?
They were born here. Probably a mom brought them here.
Maybe a person brought it here?
No. They are still blind. They are just very little. Holy moly.
You think the cat could have brought them so high here?
Of course. It's a form of protection so that no other animal would reach them and eat them.
Could it be a person who brought them?
Look what cuties.
They were just born?
They are like 2 weeks old or something.
Could it be a person?
No. It was a mom cat. We probably scare her off. And mom ran away. Maybe she went for food and will come later. By the looks of it, it seems they were born in this box. There are 3 of them. It's unlikely they've been brought here.
But they haven't been abandoned?
It doesn't look like it.
What should we do as good people?
Do nothing and just leave them alone. The mom cat will come back later. If they were brought here by people, they wouldn't survive here. They haven't even opened their eyes.
Maybe we should help them open it.
They are like 1 week old. Don't do that. They'll open their eyes themselves.
3 of them? Such cuties. Do they need any water?
We don't have any either way. And they don't drink it yet. They are too young.
Let's not bother the kittens. Let's get out of here.
Look at them, they are moving. And so aggressive. They are opening their eyes step by step. But the cat mom should lick them for them to be clean.
Could cat mom abandon them?
If she abandoned them, they wouldn't survive. They are in good shape. They are at least 2 weeks old. She probably left and will come back later.
Such stuff can be found in the abandoned buildings or sites. We found little kittens, but we won't disturb them. Let the nature have its way. There is a small umbrella drawn on the box, so there will be no raining on the kittens.
Bye-bye kittens.
Bye-bye. Let's go, Kodo Fei. Let's go. There's nothing to see here, right?
So this is the truck that was hauling the underground soil and rock?
Yeah. The rock from the bunker was dropped into the truck, and after that the truck was transporting it elsewhere.
It is an old truck. The doors are still made of wood. 12 shifts. I don't even know how somebody would operate such a machine. The pedals here are strong as hell. How the driver was handling it, I have no idea. It's hot in here. Oh, like this. Now there is some airflow.
I have driven a similar truck.
Cross?
Gas 63, similar truck, a big one. I could drive cross as well.
Wow. Look how many gearboxes there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what surprises me the most is that it's made of wood.
A day of work and it will work.
What?
A little fix and it will work.
Really?
Yeah.
Will we have sanctions after such actions?
Nah, all will be good. Nobody needs this anyway.
Follow me, friends. Come in. Guys, this is an architecture department. As you can see, here is the barrel or the tunnel where we will go.
5th barrel.
Here is a barrel, hatch. Here we will descend. 86 yards. We can find a lot of interesting stuff in here. Now I will show you. Here.
Show it. Is it our tunnel?
It was a so-called master room. Here are some schematics.
Look. A fragment of underground utilities.
It's a bucket wheel excavator. We swam near it with Inglorious Bastard.
We are done with reviewing the documents. Now we are going down to the tunnels to check the place we weren't able to reach previously. Guys, we showed you why the barrel was built. Now we'll go to the very center of this construction. We'll show you why it was made. We are going to the collector from the other side, the one we weren't able to reach in our previous episode. Somebody hung it.
Where are the birds? Underground pigeons. This is the first time I see a pigeon on tubing. Birdie. Does it have a nest here?
Maybe it is searching for cats. Here is an elevator that was getting people down there.
Won't it fall down?
Nope.
Oh, wow. So this is how the elevator is hanging above the pit.
Okay, we are going down to the very bottom of the tunnel to show you what's in there.
100 or even lower. That how low we'll go with Code of Fae. We are going down. But it's no joke, guys. It's a huge descent and the ladders are rusty, so don't try to attempt this by yourself.
How is it going?
It's all fallen to pieces.
Show it again. Code of Fae, how dangerous it is.
Very dangerous.
Honestly?
Yeah, very dangerous.
Could we kick the bucket today?
We could.
Guys, we are halfway down. Trust is, it's very scary. The ladder and everything is very rusty. Everything was eaten away by rust. This whole floor is covered in the layer of rust. All of it fell from the ladders. Look at what shape the ladder is. Look, that's what we have to hold. Here, this thing holds us. Look. Do you see? We have to climb it down. And all the floor is covered in holes. Look what I found. It's a homemade prison shiv, maybe even from some kind of prison. There was an underground criminal activity happening here. Most likely they were cutting and stealing the cable. This is how it looks like. Dangerous thing. We almost reached the end, and we witnessed a very scary thing. There was an underground accident. What is those debris?
I'm not sure. It was either a floor or something else. But considering, we have another floor to go down to. There is a tunnel there. The shaft is going there.
Do we need to go deeper?
Yes, and it is stuck on some floor. But why did they make it?
You think the elevator crashed?
Yeah, most likely 2 of them. Where it is dangerous, there is the most interesting. So let's go to the dangerous place.
Code of Fae, can we fall here?
Sure.
What?
Easily.
What happened?
Some fools threw a lot of garbage on top, and that's it.
What's up?
A lot of water.
Wow, now we are truly in the underground kingdom. Listen, how we'll be able to reach there? It's all flooded.
When we were filming an episode about Moromoika fish, that flashlight was still lit. And the life was still here.
How do you access the condition of this tunnel?
Well, these tunnels are in emergency condition. All of these rusted floors are very dangerous. But as you can see, nobody needs it.
Take the pistol.
You'll shoot the fools.
This was a roulette, a big one.
Big mine roulette.
It's bad. Really bad. There is so much water we can drown.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
What do you see?
It's really bad. It's an ecological catastrophe. Somebody thought that barrel with an oil. As you can see, everything is black as oil. I don't know what is it exactly. But everything is black. It doesn't look good.
It's a bad idea to fall into it.
For sure, you won't be able to wash it out after that. If it were just a regular water, we could omit the fact that he was water in our boots. But this, it is very dangerous. It's bad.
Some chemicals. Where do we go?
Seuss, where do we go?
Give me a few to climb down.
That place is dark as well. It probably fell, exploded, and spilled everything.
Where do we go? We go left, right? We should go to that tunnel covered with blanket.
Wow, how do we get there?
Maybe with the help of tubings?
Well, we will try. What is there to do?
Do not fall.
I will try. I'm careful. Like this. Yeah, that will do.
Are you knocking?
No,
And who is knocking?
it's at least 5 yards in depth.
Really?
It's very deep. There is a ladder here. The shield should be somewhere here. A cable hanging from the top. He is probably down there. Anyway, it's pretty bad here. Almost there.
We are going.
You want to let the oxygen in?
Yeah, there is a draft here, do you see? Yeah, an ecological catastrophe happened here.
Friends, we finally reached the bottom. We previously weren't able to reach it because the tunnel was flooded. But turns out there's also a lot of fuel oil, so we could easily choke here as well.
Don't touch it. It's in oil. Come on, get in. Careful. Let's go.
Thank you, you saved my life.
We are currently in the collector. In one of the finished parts. This whole construction was built to get through the tunnel. It finished on them having to tape the gapes with a special tape. Tape made from plastic. But it went sideways and ended up like this. No more money left. Let's see what's there.
Yeah, it hasn't ended yet. It's interesting what's further.
What is it? Copper cable?
No, it's a special PVC wire. They had special pistols. Staff had. And they were cutting the tube. With an angle grinder, they sanded part of the pipe. And after that they were attaching the wire to the pistol. And it was melting and was sealing the gaps. And on top they glued a special tape. They were gluing the gaps with that wire. But all this is left in an unfinished state. Here they did that. This is how this thing looks like when it's melted. But it appears they didn't use the pistol, but just used the spatula to spread it. The work done here is very bad. It's unacceptable. Like, what is this? All of these needs to be remade.
An angry director won't pay the money.
Like, look here. What is it? How could it have been so bad? Why is it? I don't know. What is this? Who did it? Why? With what?
Look,
I guess with this thing.
now we can take it out.
Yeah. You'll need a blowtorch to actually get it out. Like, what is it? How did they work like this?
Even I would do it better.
Or this, it's unacceptable. This layer was made to protect from the outside influence.
Do they make this layer at the factory?
Yes. And this. I mean, who did it? Why they did it? I don't know what it is.
If your workers did a thing like that, would you fire them?
I would throw them out the next day.
Tribunal?
Forced to apply for resignation of his own free will. Or even fired through the court.
Angry boss? What about gases?
We should be good. They are not in this part. There was a lot of wind here. We don't have to worry about it.
Does the wind help us?
Yeah, there is no need to check even.
Nice. Everything was stolen.
We are witnessing a crime. Someone just cut out tens of meters of this cable. When we were here in 2019, the cable was still here. People still worked at that time. There was light, there was no water. There were cutting noises, and they were gluing those gaps.
Wow.
Is it copper?
Of course. This is 125 square, and this one is 50 square.
Is it good metal?
Of course. Somebody has profited from illegal activity.
Lock it.
Wow!
Do you know what it is?
It's a winch. The winch is here. And these are the jacks. Basically, this thing was spreading into a ring. And from there it was pulling the little cart. And basically it was getting into it and was spreading into the ring. And this winch was pulling it. That's how they stick these green rings here.
Basically, there is an outside tubing layer, and inside of it there is this green condom layer.
So further there should be the cart?
Yeah, if they haven't stolen it yet.
Is it badly damaged?
When we were here in 2019, there was a huge roll of cable laying here. Specifically so that when it drives, the cable would slowly unwind. There were tools here, other stuff. Now there is nothing here. Only some cables left. This part is cut out. There you can see a socket. And there is a lot of loss and damage here. Because such cable costs quite a lot.
More than a lot.
Yeah.
Kodofe, why everything is covered in mold?
These beams are welded with a special wire. And on top of it there is a cover, cut a little bit not to damage the surface of the layer. So the jack box here, the jack goes up, and then just spreads. And then the rings from there are transported here, so it means it must be fixated quite good. So it doesn't move itself. We have quite an interesting thing here. The gearbox is from some car. Here we have one motor, and there we have another one that is smaller. And these control levers are, well, this is the control valve. Basically, there is an oil in this tank. And these motors are spinning the hydraulic pump that, which generates the pressure in the system. With the help of these levels, the driver controls the pressure of two jacks.
Kodofe, you haven't learned this in a day. Have you been like this since you were a child?
Yes.
I remember telling people, but not to make a mistake. How old were you when you made your first electric motor?
What electric motor? I was just dealing with this stuff from an early age.
I mean, you told me that you made your first motor. When was it?
No, that's like when I was 12 or 13 I made my own welding machine.
And you didn't study it at university or anything?
No, I have not. I only learned how to weld. Here we have a med kit. Very simple one, though everything has expired, but still. But nevertheless it was here. What do we have? Paracetamol, Validol. Hydrogen peroxide.
It smells like drugstore here.
Of course, here we have bandages, other stuff. Unfortunately it's expired. But it was here. Here, we have reached the very end. We found a bucket with solution leftovers from 2019, with which they were closing those gaps. So what do we have here? Here we see, we have a pump that was draining the water from here. And here are the tubings of the next tunnel. This is the first layer of tubing. It was fully made of such material. It was made in. At what year? 2008. Basically, this tunnel was made in 2008. We'll go further there. And you will see a special tool or cart that was driving into a ring, then spreading there, and this winch was pulling it here. It was moving and then sticking to this ring. And then a block injection was inserted here. Basically, the solution was poured into it. But considering that everything I see is brick, it's all bricks. This could easily be some hackwork. I mean the last few years. Basically, the joints were clogged with brick. And all around the ring there would be just emptiness. Right here. It's unacceptable. Because it breaks over time. But considering the times, we have what we have.
It's all sad.
Here is a hose. They were probably trying to fill in the empty space with water for some reason. But this, I don't know. I don't know why they did this. There has been so many violations here, about which we will never know. Because nobody will take it out anymore. Best case scenario, they'll just finish building it like this.
Friends, Kiev has a huge network of underground labyrinths and tunnels, created as if by worms. It's very good, because you could easily use it for transportation. And as a bunker as well. You could easily use it as shelter. Maybe while we were roaming here there were some missiles falling above. But I hope it didn't happen. And that war will soon be over and there will be no need for hiding. We will be roaming the roofs.
What do you see?
God damn it. It's chaos. This is the next shaft descent. Here there should have been a cart. I've been here. I will show you pictures. Unfortunately, it has been stolen. It was driving through this tunnel. That was the plan, but the cart is no longer here. They steal it.
Is this second longest labyrinth after Metro?
Yeah, this is the longest communication system after Metro. At least similar in scale. They are built the same way as Metro is. Pretty much like Metro, but smaller scale. The barrel is the same, it's just that the tunnel has a smaller diameter. But yeah, it's second longest and complex tunnels after Metro. Deep collectors. Because they are being built in the closed way, just like Metro. They just have a different purpose.
Today we have shown you just a small bit of undergrounds that we have in Kiev. But don't worry, though there is a war in our country, we hope it will be over soon. When the war ends, we'll finish building these communications. We'll continue building Metro. We'll continue developing. Kodofe will hire me. I'll work.
We'll have Kodofe Metro Company.
Yeah, jokes aside.
Company, Kodofe all build. And finish building it.
And Suzanne and Lazy Building Company. We'll eat the ration pack and think about what we'll do next.
What are you doing in the tunnels? What do you like here? Little one.
Why?
Birdie.
Птичка! Ку-ку! Птичка, ку-ку! Why?